What if the smartest AI in the world is not actually one AI? On June 22nd, a Japanese lab dropped something that sounds almost impossible, a system with no brain of its own that borrows GPT, Gemini, and Claude, makes them work together as a team, and ends up beating almost all of them at their own game. Have you ever heard of this? And here is the wild part. It happened just 10 days after one of the most powerful cloud models got pulled from the public access overnight. And today I am breaking down exactly what Sakana Fugu in plain English. No coding knowledge is needed. Let us get into it. And here is Sakana Fugu. You can see it is not a single LLM, and it is a combination of many LLM, and actually it is coordinating with many LLMs, and they are working together, and they are finding the final output. And here, as I have told you, here you can see Sakana Fugu. Actually, it is the chief brain, and under that there are so many different LLM. One may be Gemini, one may be ChatGPT, and another may be Claude. And Sakana is coordinating all that. So we can say instead of a single agent, it is equal to some multiple agents. Here is the thing about the AI companies right now. Everyone is racing to build one giant model that knows everything, bigger, smarter, and more data. But a single brain still has blind spots. Ask one AI a tricky question, and it might confidently get it wrong, while a different AI nails it on the first try. On June 12th, 2026, something happened that nobody saw coming. The US government placed the export controls on two of the Anthropic's most powerful model, Fable 5 and Mythos. Overnight, teams who had built their tools on top of those models lost access, no warning, no migration, and just they have gone. And that is a scary lesson for anybody relying on AI. If your business depends on your company's model, your access can disappear in a single afternoon. So, a Tokyo based lab called Sakana AI had a different idea already in motion. So, what Sakana Fugu actually done, instead of building one giant model, they built a manager. Picture is like this. Instead of one genius trying to know everything, we have got a small team of consultants working together. Sakana Fugu takes Claude, GPT, and Gemini, treats them as collaborators, and blends their answers into one better answer. And here you see, actually it is the Sagana model. And here there are three model. One is Gemini, and another is Claude, and another is ChatGPT. And Sakana, it is coordinating all the model, and it is managing all the model, and finally it is coming with the final answer. Inside Fugu, there are basically three roles. It's like a tiny office. A thinker plans the approach, a worker actually does the task, and a verifier checks the final answer before it is going out. So it is like a junior analyst, a doer, and an editor reviewing the final draft before it is getting published. And here is the clever part. It's following a rigid set of rules someone coded in. It actually learned how to manage this process on its own. It can even reread its own answer and launch a do-over if the first attempt was not good enough. Basically, it is proofreading itself. And remember that access problem we just talked about. Fugu solves that too. If one AI provider has an outage or gets cut off by a new regulation, Fugu can just route around it and keep working. No single point of failure. Suppose today one model is available, tomorrow another model may be available. it doesn't matter because it is collaborating with so many models, and therefore it is able to give the output all. If you only remember one part of the video, make it the next 2 minutes because this is where it is getting very surprising. We are about to put real numbers on the table, and if they don't go the way that you would expect, now we are going to compare many models together, and the comparison may be very surprising to you. On a coding test called Live Code Bench, Fugu Ultra actually beats Claude Fable 5, 93.2 versus 89.8. But Fable 5 is not out of the game. On a tougher real world engineering test called SWE Bench Pro, Fable 5 comes out ahead with 80 points versus 73.7. And on one of the hardest knowledge tests, the humanities last exam, Fable 5 wins again 53.3 versus 50. So, is Fugu smarter than Fable 5? Not exactly. The real story is not who is smarter, it's who is actually available. Fable 5 is currently locked behind those export controls, so this is not even a fair fight happening live. These are self-reported numbers from Sakana, not yet checked by outside labs. And therefore, for the time being, presently, that Sakana Fugu has come out with some model and it is releasing its own numbers. And in future, it has to be verified by other people. Here is a real world example that puts it all in perspective. One developer had both Fugu Ultra and Claude Opus 4.8 build the same simple game from the scratch. Fugu finished it in 22 minutes for about $7. That means the game that it was able to create, and it won by $7. And Opus took 79 minutes for completing the game, and it won nearly $38. And here is the twist. Even though Fugu was way faster and cheaper, Opus actually produced the better quality result at the end. So you are choosing really between speed and cost on one side and depth and polish on the other. So let us recapitulate. It is the Sakana Fugu model, and as the diagram itself is saying that it is actually a combination of many models. And here, so there is a coordinator, there is a manager, and a different model, because actually it itself is claiming that it is a combination of many models, and here is the complex architecture, and it is based on the Trinity, and it is an LLM coordinator architecture, and leaning to orchestrate agents in natural language with the coordinator. So it is a total architecture. The diagram itself says that it is not a single agent and it is a collaboration between many other agents. And here there are two models, Fugu and Fugu Ultra. And here these are many tests. Actually, when the models are released, they have to be undergone many different tests. And these are various tests that you can see in their website also. And here you can see these two, the brown and the maroon color, they are the Sakana model, and the others, the gray color, they are the other models. You can see in most of the benchmark tests, the both models have what to tell fared better than the other model, and in some tests, it is not to say that other models have also done better, but for the time being, we can say that the Sakana models are able to do at par with other models. So that much we can say. And here is the numbers that you can check in the website itself. And here it is an important test. Actually, it is the validation bits per byte. That means for every compressing every byte, how much bits are needed, the lower the number, the better the result. And here you see 0.9774. So that is the bits per byte. And the other models, they are slightly more. That means the Sakana model is able to compress the byte in a very efficient way. That is the real meaning of this test. And therefore, it is one of the efficient model that we can say. And here it has done outperformed in the coding and code review. and research autonomy. In orchestration, it is far better, we can say. And some other test also. And here is a pricing plan. $5 the input token, and for output it is around some $30, and it is having some subscription plans also, and standard, the pro, max, etc. And so simply we can say the costly, but it is very efficient. So here is where I land on this. Sakana Fugu is not trying to outthink Claude, and it is betting that no single company should hold all the cards. Fable 5 might still be the smarter individual model on paper, but right now it is a model that almost nobody outside Anthropic can actually use. Fugu's real pitch is not we are smarter. It is we are not going anywhere, even if one provider gets cut off overnight. And honestly, in a year where AI access can disappear because of a single government memo that might matter more than a few benchmark points, if this AI power shift caught you off guard the way it caught me, make sure you are subscribed because this space is moving faster than anyone expected. Before you go, if the video actually helped you understand what is happening, do me a small favor and hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel to grow. Subscribe and turn on notifications because I am covering this AI power shift as it unfolds week by week. And drop a comment telling me which one you will actually trust more right now, Hugo's teamwork or Fable 5's raw power. I read every comment and I'll pin my favorite answer also. Thank you for watching my channel. Have a nice day. Thank you.